Hi, everyone. Oh, I can see everyone now. I see Kathy. Kathy, I think you're the only one brave enough to have your camera on. Okay, there's Dot and Lisa. And Erin looking so cute in her mouse. Here's Ashley. No Jane today. She's in school.
It's my camera.
I hear you. Hi.
Just means that you really care.
Well, you know.
Oh, there we go.
All right.
Oh.
Who do I have on here? Someone else is on here with me. Let's see. Who
I am.
Who's me? Who's I am?
Oh, can you hear
Dot?
me?
I can.
Oh, sorry. Good morning. It's Erin.
Hi. Good morning. Good
morning.
afternoon.
Yeah, I know. And I was ready at 9 o'clock last night.
Right.
Just kidding.
Well, good for you. I got that all fixed. Ricky coming in. Jan has rollers in her hair. That's so 80s, Jan. I love that. That's so good. All right, now I am gonna mute y'all, but I want you to feel free to unmute at any point that you feel it is important to do so. This is your demo. I think I'm getting everyone. Do you guys see my quinoa cam? I don't have it highlighted yet. My favorite thing to do is see everyone. All right. There we go. Oh, happy day. All right, so keep the comments rolling. I finally, after doing this for how many years, figured out how to get my AirPods into the TV so that I can not shout at you, which is really good. So give me a hello and tell me where you're from today. By the end of this, you guys, we're all going to be best friends. So I love this part. And we'll make Jan come in her rollers because that's the only way to go. All right. Let's see, I got Ricky. Ricky and Lori and Jan and Nancy. Oh, there we go. There's Dot. And there's Jean. Fantastic. All right, so welcome to your first demo. Put in the comments. Oh, there, yay. Okay, and Kathy, I'm going to make you come over for our next demo if you're up for it, because Kathy really lives right around the corner from me. It's so cute. Look, Scarlett from Frederick, Lisa coming in from Walnut Creek, where I totally want to go. Chesterton, Indiana. Love Indiana. It's very flat there. Ashley coming from work in downtown Frederick. I love it. And then, of course, San Antonio. Been there. It was hot. So, so for a second, what's your big market, your big grocery store down there in San Antonio? We went on a field trip to the grocery store. This is the kind of life I lead. Now, was everybody here for class on Wednesday? Because Scarlett posted a photo. Scarlett, I think you watched the video afterwards. And just as housekeeping, y'all should know, after the class, once the video is processed and everything, I'm putting it in with that lesson. Now you can go in and download it if you want to keep it for posterity. You're welcome to do that. Oh, good. Yeah, Scarlett did watch it. All of the videos will be put with the lessons. This one will go with the week 2 lesson. I'm talking with my hands a lot. And this week we're focused in on whole grains. So what makes the demo a little different? Well, you're mostly at work or you're doing something, so this isn't as much of a cook along. I will post the recipes for these if you're into that, but if you're not, that's also okay. Because whole grains can take a little while to cook depending on what you're using. Today, I thought we'd go really, really easy, and I thought we would start with quinoa. And Carolyn and I worked together for a year. She's fabulous. Love Carolyn. All right, so we're gonna start with quinoa. And no, it's not pronounced quinoa like we all think it is. And here's the thing. Quinoa hit hard and hit fast. So much so, it changed the landscape of agriculture in Peru when it came out. Now they're growing it in a lot of the South American countries, and a lot of people love quinoa because it's considered a complete, really it's an almost complete protein. It means it's got the 9 essential amino acids that you need. I've got my notes here. And not only is it a valuable source of protein, but it's got fiber in it. And we all know how important fiber is so that things go like whoosh and not like ooh, right? So quinoa, though, if you don't know how to cook with it or how to work with it, it can be a hard sell. I'm going to be honest. Some people love it. And there are different ways I like to incorporate it into things. I mix it with farro sometimes so that I've got the little bit of the chewiness from the farro, but we're gonna work and just make this Mexican quinoa dish. Now, I put this one in menopause meal plans a lot, and let me highlight my other camera here. Hi, Erin. Erin's looking so nice. I love you guys here. All right, that's the laptop, quinoa can. Ta-da! Yay, thanks, Kathy. Those are so important to me, you have no idea. All right, so here is the thing. Are you ready? We're going on a field trip. You didn't know we'd be going on a field trip, right? Field trip to the sink because I think you can see it here. Yay, all right. Quinoa is this little tiny grain, but it has this bitter outside coating on it. You guys can still see me over here. It has this really bitter coating. And sometimes quinoa packages will say pre-rinse. You know, I'm not saying they're lying. I'm just saying you will not be happy with the rinsing they have done because we really, really want to get that off of there, okay? Field trip's over. You all behaved really well. Thank you. Okay. All right. Here we go. Do you guys work with quinoa ever? Have you started incorporating this into your diet? Does it feel like, oh gosh, I really don't want to? Or does it feel like, yeah, I have no issue with this? I'd love to know which way you're going. And I'm going to start by taking, you can use 1/2 or 2 cups of water. And I'm going to put it on my little burner here and pump it up. Now, diabetic husband. Oh, yeah. Not great flavor and texture combo. Yeah, I hear you, Kathy. Okay, we're going to try to make it work. Use it from time to time. Oh, Eric does like it. Nancy's made it a couple of times. Not a staple. Yeah, that's how it goes, Ashley, right? So it's kind of like we want to figure out how to make some dishes that really work with it. And I think you'll find after we do our farro dish that we're going to do on Wednesday, you all are going to love it. You're going to love it so much. I love it so much. After we do that, I'll show you how to incorporate some quinoa into that instead, because it really does have tremendous benefits for us. Now, Kathy, this will help this for you, 93-year-old. Lisa, I know, but I'm going to tell you, 93-year-olds, they like what they like. They get to eat whatever they want. I don't know. That's how it was. Farro is my favorite, Erin. I can't get enough of it. Now, here's the thing I want to show you. And Kathy, this is going to go to your point of flavor combo sort of thing. Now, I know I've got this covered. Whenever I do my AARP classes, I can't have any brand names, but this is Better Than Bouillon. This is a low salt vegetable base, okay? Now, this is important. I like Better Than Bouillon because, first of all, it tastes 1,000 times better than any of the other commercial, we call this a base in cooking. And this is way less salty and it's got way more flavor. It actually has real roasted vegetables. And I got this, I think this was $7 and Costco carries it now. Now you can get the small jar at your regular grocery store, but I think it's going to cost you $5, and I think it's a third or a quarter of the size. So if you have a friend who belongs to Costco, Kathy, you do. If you have a friend who belongs to Costco, have them pick up some of this because this will add so much flavor and richness to things that you're cooking. Saturday night, I have a rule no cooking on Saturdays, and I broke my own rule because I was too lazy to go out. And I made kind of an Alfredo, but healthier. And I took some of this, only a chicken version, put a spoonful of it in there, and it just richens up the flavor so nicely. So I am a big fan of these. They don't pay me. I don't get any affiliate things. I just really, really like it. It adds so much flavor. So I keep the chicken and the veggie on hand. And this is how we're going to get flavor into the pasta, the grain. All right, I'll just break it up a little. Now, we've got this rinsed, which is great. We're just going to cook it pretty basically. And I am going to move it over to my stove then, just to keep things fancy for y'all. I don't even really need the recipe, she said. All right, aren't you glad that there's, yeah, the low sodium is really important, believe it or not. And not just because I'm a heart attack survivor, right? The low sodium is important because there's so much sodium in everything that we get, and we just don't need so much. I think you're supposed to have 25 milligrams a day. And if you look, it's crazy how much salt is in the stuff that you have. Now, I'm going to take, and I'm doing a full recipe. I'm doing like a 4-serving recipe here. You're going to get 6 grams of protein in a single serving of this. That's a lot. All right, now I'm going to move this to my fabulous, let's go over here. I just got this winter, I got this induction stove, and it's a whole new world for me. It has a setting called Power Boost. That'll be boiling in 5, 4, 3. Yep, it's boiling. All right, that's how fast that goes. So I'm going to turn it back down. Once we bring it to the boil, we turn it back down. And I'm going to put it on a 3, and I am going to set a timer for 15 minutes. All righty? Now, with this, I'm going to tell you, I make terrible rice. I really do. But with this, we're going to let this go, and we're going to let it go until it all absorbs in. Do they have a garlic better than bouillon? I don't know. That sounds great. Oh my gosh, that sounds really good. They have, like, Wegmans has a whole bunch of different flavors. I always buy a small turkey broth one when it comes to Thanksgiving and all of that. So, all right, now let's get that out of the way. You guys almost saw the forbidden corner. That's a corner where I hide everything during classes. This isn't how my kitchen looks. All right. Now this is how we're gonna fancy things up a little. I know that not everybody has a Trader Joe's, and you don't have to go to one. I love the section they have with all of the nuts and seeds and all of that stuff. But if you can really get pepitas or pumpkin seeds anywhere that you shop now, maybe not Weiss, because I believe you can't get everything at Weiss. That's just me. All right, now here's the thing. Nuts and seeds, they go south on you really, really quickly. And if you have ever had like one that goes bad, it's no good, right? We don't love that. So I always store all of these go into the freezer. Before I open it, after I open it, doesn't matter. It lives in the freezer. All my nuts, all my seeds, this kind of stuff stays there because that is gonna stop it from going bad on you. Now, if you look at these guys, you can see they're kind of flat. And this is so different from the pumpkin seeds my mom used to do straight out of the pumpkin. Do you guys, I'm sure you had that when mom would pull it out of the pumpkin and take all the goo off and then throw it in the oven. They were white. That's the outside of these guys. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna take this and we're gonna put these guys in a skillet. Dry skillet, I'm not adding anything to it. I'm not adding any fat to the skillet. Don't worry, I'm not anti-fat. We just don't need it at this point because we're gonna dry toast these. Excuse me. All right. Have any of you worked with the pepitas before? And I do this, just so you know, with sesame seeds too. Sesame seeds live in the freezer. All right. Okay, now can you see this? Not yet. Yep, in a salad. Kathy, do you toast them? Or do you just go raw? What's the pepitas? Oh yeah, roasted and salted. Fantastic. Now here's the thing, Erin, and I'll show you what we're gonna talk about here. But you just wanna watch your salt. If you wanna use those, great. Just watch the salt in the recipe. Granola, I've used them in granola. They're really good. Yeah, I love that. All right, now we are gonna add, oh yeah, toasting it makes all the difference. Any nut, any seed, I think toasting makes all the difference. And your recipe will say, oh, it's gonna get a little round. Some people think they go from long to like totally round. No, they kind of, instead of being totally flat, they kind of puff up a little. That's really what's happening. And you can see, ooh, I have this going because these guys are starting to brown a little, and that brown roastiness is so good. Pumpkin soup, yeah, Nancy. I can't wait. So I decided I'm gonna do this course 3 times a year so that it's seasonal, right? I'm gonna do it in like late September through October, because think of all the good things you could do. The food's totally different. And then I think I'm gonna do it again in maybe January because everybody's looking for a health boost again. All right, now I've got these guys, and sorry, you're seeing my arms there. I have a little baby food processor here. Ooh, and these are hot. All right, now let's just scrape these guys up. Rick Bayless is kind of this father of Mexican cooking in America kind of guy. Very cool guy. And I make a salad of his that does a pumpkin seed dressing. But here's one of the things we're gonna do. It's so good. It's so, so good. I am gonna take a jalapeno and cut it in half. Now, a couple of things about jalapenos. Yeah, he's so good, right? All right, I am gonna take the little seeds out. And I went to a conference, a food conference in Atlanta. Oh my gosh, probably 20 years ago. I fell in love with Atlanta. And there was this food scientist named Shirley Corriher there. And Shirley Corriher was on Alton Brown's show a bunch of times. And she knew what was what. And she said that the heat from jalapenos is not in the seeds. It is in the cell walls. And that is why when you chew it, as you chew, it gets hotter and hotter, right? So some people say it's in the seeds, but I will tell you, if you want a really hot jalapeno or you want to avoid a really hot jalapeno, you know how sometimes they get those little white lines on them? Those are the hottest ones. Those are the hot jalapenos. Now, capsaicin, which is the spicy stuff in the jalapeno, and your recipe doesn't say to throw it in here, but I'm going to because it's going to give it nice flavor. Capsaicin is not water soluble. So if you go and an hour later you've washed your hands and you've done the whole thing and it's too spicy, it hits you in the eye or something, you want to go take a little bit of oil, any kind of oil. I just poured some olive oil there. Wash your hands with the oil and then wash them with the soap. And what happens is the capsaicin gets pulled into that oil and then you can get rid of it with the soap. Still no oil in the pan, Scarlett. I'm going crazy today. I'm just trying to get it a little soft for me. Now, I can also take, we can throw 1 or 2 whole garlic cloves. And if you remember on Wednesday, I showed you my favorite garlic stuff, which is the frozen. Did anybody have a chance to check that out? That stuff is so good. And what I'm going to do here is just take the whole garlic clove, peel the paper off, and I'm just going to toss it in the dry pan. And this is a non-stick pan. You don't have to use a non-stick pan, but you can. And that garlic, oh good, that garlic smell, if when you wash your hands, you rub the inside of a stainless steel sink, or when I had my cooking school, we had these stainless steel faucets, and I would do this with the faucets, and it'll take all of that out for you. All right. This is just getting a little roasty toasty. That's all I'm going for there. A little roasty toasty. There we go. All right. And I'm just trying to get a little warmth on those garlic cloves because we're going to end up throwing everything in here. Now, I got a nice avocado today. Not in the recipe, but I'm going to throw it in later when I eat this for dinner. And while I've got you, I'm going to take some cilantro from my garden. I'm going to put it in here. Have a couple more pieces. Definitely wash it. And somebody took all my good limes. We're not gonna get mad at them though. All right, and then I'm gonna take that jalapeno and the garlic and just pop them in here. Now let's move this guy. We're gonna go. Woohoo! Prepare for noise. And we're going to grind it. All right, now, woo! You can see, look at that. I love having the 2 cameras, I'm not gonna lie. Now, this is gonna get a little smoother for us, but I'm gonna show you this trick too. If y'all have these little limes and they are hard to get the juice out of, you can grab a pair of tongs and use those tongs to squeeze them. I swear it gets the juice out of them like crazy. And a lime gives so much less juice than a lemon, right? I'm gonna go a little extra. I think our recipe on this is like a teaspoon of lime juice, but I'm also kind of, what's a cup of water when you're drowning? Let's get this really limey. And I did pull out, my juicer. This was the most stolen item at my cooking school. No joke. Every time we bought one, it was gone within a couple of months. Oh, I'm glad you like that one, Nancy. Especially if you have like tender hands. I'm gonna put a little salt in there and we're gonna go back to it. Now let's make sure y'all can see this. Now you see, oh, there's a little pepita. We have a little hole in here, and then there's a bigger opening in here. This is so we can add some olive oil. And we're gonna go and that just spritz it in for us. I call that the mayo hole. All right, because when you're making fresh mayonnaise, which I failed in 8th grade, I really did. When you're making fresh mayonnaise, it will, you have to do it little by little by little by little. Now, if we wanted to make this more dressing-like, we'd add more oil. But we're gonna, be respectful of the oil here. I'm gonna take a little taste. Oh, it's so good. All right, now I have I just add salt, so I don't want to add my salt. I'm gonna add a little bit of cumin in here. Oh, man, that's good. We're in the hole. All righty. This is so easy, right? And I know I'm pulling extra things out. I know that when you're thinking dinner, you don't want to go to a lot of trouble. I get that. It's one of the reasons I use the mini food processor. No joke, because I can just put all the pieces right in the upper rack of the dishwasher. Easy breezy. All right. Have about 2 minutes left on there. That gives me time to do a little red pepper. Now, if you're feeling the vibe and you want to saute this, have at it. You're serving it warm. A saute might be the way to go, right? But I'm going to serve it later as more of a salad. So I'm going to go, and I like it really little. Okay. Let's go. Perfect. Man, that's so good. And then we're just going to go across. I like it bite size, right? That's kind of deal. I think everybody likes to do things too big. And if you do just a little extra chopping, it's going to be really good for you. All right. Look at me, I'm kissing that deadline. How's everyone doing? Erin, you look so intent. I love it. I love it so much. Dot, you're all in? So good. Let's go. Oh my gosh, this is so, I'm gonna have this for lunch. Now, I was planning on just doing a little, I was looking at steaks today at Wegmans, and I thought, oh, I'll just grab a hanger steak or a skirt steak. Do you know they were over $30 a pound? $30 a pound? Couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't. It was so expensive. So I got what they call, because I'm just going to throw these on the grill. I'm going to use some cumin, some chili powder, some lime juice, and I know, Nancy, and some olive oil. And I'm just going to do like a little rub marinade thing on it and throw it on the grill. And I'm like, fine. I got basically thin cut New York strip steaks. So I think they basically took one and it looks like they cut it in half. But for slicing it, I'm going to slice it and serve it with some tortillas. And then this, I think it's going to be fantastic. All right, now I have not done the full absorb thing here. So watch me cheat. No field trips this time. All right. We're just gonna give it a little drain. It's done, it's 15 minutes. And then I pulled this guy out so y'all could see. Now, here's the thing. All right, I'll be honest. The first couple of times I got quinoa, I thought, this isn't gonna sound very nice. I thought there were bugs in it. Because I'm like, I think it's moving. It wasn't moving. Here's the deal. Quinoa has these little tiny curlicues that come off the grain. And I mistakenly thought that that was a critter of some sort. It was not. So silly. Now, if you're gonna serve this cold, take your quinoa, spread it out on a baking sheet, put it on a cooling rack. It'll cool off really quickly for you. Otherwise, here you go. All right. And ta-da! Now, season as you go, right? Don't blindly salt and pepper things, please. I mean, be who you are, but you never want to salt something without tasting it. And then we're just going to take that, mix that in there. And that's it. And I'm telling you, with a steak and some tortillas or some chicken and some tortillas, that stuff is so good. And I actually like to take this as cold salad, and I will chuck in more cold veggies after it's cooled down. And I will do that because no mayonnaise, right? So it's a little safer to take to something. So good. Okay, now we'll say thanks to everyone. Don't go.